Hi guys, this is Jerry. In this video, I'm going to go through all the features on the navigation unit for the New Zealand and Australian version of the MG vehicles. This particular navigation system is widely used on the MG3, MG ZS, MG ZST, MG HS, MG HS Plug-in Hybrid, MG ZS EV, even the 2021 model, 2022 model, everything. So it's going to be the same navigation unit, same navigation screen. If you find this video helpful, please consider subscribe to the channel and like the video down below. If you're interested in purchasing any MG vehicles, you can consider us at EBIT MG. We have two dealerships, so one is in East Auckland and the other one's in Pukekohe. And contact me directly. My name is Jerry. I'll leave my email and contact number down below if you're interested in purchasing one MG from us. While doing this video, it's going to be separated in different sort of paragraphs, different sort of steps in the video. I'll leave all the timestamps down below, so it's going to be easy for you to find your allocation and all that things. It's going to be a quite long video as well, so bear with me. First, obviously, if you want to open the navigation, just make sure you click the button. And it's going to always show this loading screen. It's not the fastest, unfortunately, but let's just wait. So if you have got the vehicle initially, you're going to go through a few steps to set it up. But this vehicle has been set up. All we need to do is click accept. So that makes sure we go into the navigation screen just like this. So first, on your navigation screen, you're going to see where you are. You're going to still have all the symbols on the top showing what the music you're playing, your air conditioning, temperature, everything, and your time. And the newer version will also show you the temperature outside, by the way. So yeah, that's your navigation information. On the left bottom, you're going to have this north button. So that means that our car is heading north, where our position of the front bonnet is positioned north. You can see your arrival time, all that things. You can see your elevation. You can see the heading and all that things if your navigation is on, obviously. So at the moment, there's no map guidance, so there's nothing over there. If you want to quickly point to other directions, let's say if you want to move here to this place, you can drag the map to select your destination. You can go left and right, change the angle of the compass as well. You can do different sort of map orientation, either 2D or 3D, whichever you like. And you can click this to see, for example, we're on Bunningham Road, and you can zoom in, zoom out if you like. So a few things you can do, and click back. That brings up to the original position where you are and all that things. On your map, you also find these small dots, like a points of interest. So that shows your close by gas station or any other things if you need, basically. So that's pretty handy. Another one, so in the navigation menu, you're going to find this bar on the right bottom. So you can simply click this bar that allows you to go into different things about your settings, about choosing a destination, all that things. Let's go into that. So if you do want to cancel or close your navigation, either way, on your MG HS, you can press this home button. If you're driving the ZST, you might have a button on the left. You're driving the ZS or ZS EV before, you might have a button in the middle. So you can press the home button anytime if you want to get out. You can also press this off button, so that allows you to exit the navigation unit if you like, just like that. Other things, so let's gonna talk about these three dots at the bottom. I'm sorry my camera won't be able to pick it up, but you can tell the first one, that's your favorites. So this is your favorites, basically you set up. You can set up your home, set up work. You can add locations as well. For example, this vehicle has not been set up of home location. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up home location as our dealership address. So simply type the address New Zealand. We've already know we're in Flatbush, so I'm going to do Flatbush, where you can see the result is here. If you don't see the result, you either keep typing or swipe up and down to Flatbush. Our street name is Bellingham, so you don't need to finish all the way, to be fair. You can see the result already comes up. Just click that. You always want to do the street number as well. In this case, we're number 3, but somehow it doesn't show up on this navigation yet. So it's a new address. So I'm going to type 1 just for now. So now you can press save location. Let's say location has been saved. Press this button, and that allows us to go back to the save location again. So now if I want to quickly go to the home address, I'm going to press home. There we go. That's going to select this home address as your next destination. You press select destination. That allows us to go into that. So let's go back first. You can add other locations, just whatever you want, add an address or anything like that in the following thing, apart from work and home, if you do want to add that. Otherwise, you can leave them blank. That's your choice. Next one, we have the map orientation. Again, just the same when you go into the map, you can select your 2D, 3D, or just 2D as well. So 2D up, that means north 2D, and 3D, that means give you sort of a lower angle of the view. Otherwise, 2D is the horizontal view. And you can press your icon. So this is your profile, by the way. You can do default profile. You can add your user profile as well. So in case you're using the vehicle with someone else, you may have other person's sort of home address and work address. You can change the profile if you need to. If you and your, let's say your partner would like to drive the car or switch in the car at some point, you can do this. That's pretty simple, I think. Yeah, other than that, let's start doing the new route guidance. So click the new route. So at the moment, we haven't really searched anything yet in this sort of column. That's why you see the history is blank. But if you have searched any addresses or anything like that, you can click different address just down there. If you have searched the last address before, that means you just press the button, that goes into last address. But if you haven't done anything, just press address. Oh, sorry, forgot to mention it. If you have other addresses, you can also search your other addresses over here. So search the keyword or whatever, for example. But if you haven't had anything, when you search anything, it's just not gonna come up, by the way. So if you want to do a new address, you will have to go into the address system. So this is automatically selected us as New Zealand, North Island, because it does know where we are. And then you can select, let's say if you want to guide to Botany, you just click BOTA. There we go. There it has see the result of Botany Downs. This is the unlinked sort of Botany in the Auckland area. So what that means is we just click Botany. That's where we go. Straight name, we can do a random name, for example, Auckland. So there we go. We can see the Auckland place and press that. We can do a random number 7. There we go. That pops up as well. So that's how to find your particular address. You can select as destination. So what that means is your navigation will start navigating. So you can see your navigation, just a quick view. You can see it's 8.5 kilometers away. It's about 11 minutes around here. What that means is it automatically starts your navigation if you didn't touch anything, unless you press the button. Then this is your route guidance. You can see the green guidelines. We can turn left and go all the things. On the left, that's your estimate time of arrival. So that's 10:57. You can see that's 12 minutes from now on and 8.5 kilometers away. So that's basically your route guidance. In case you want to change anything, delete anything, you can. So in case you want to see anything, you can see here 100 meters away, which should turn left. Otherwise, if you do want to delete the route, just over here, you get route delete. You can also add waypoints. You can also do detours, alternatives. You can do route summaries as well. So waypoint, what that means, you can add halfway. So for example, I'm gonna add, let's say a Flatbush address. Again, this is all random address. I'm sorry if this is your address. I'm just gonna randomly type a random name, a random number, random sort of street. So let's do 1 Bellingham Road. So select waypoints. Just like that. So now you can see we'll just start navigation. You can see your waypoints over there. So that means when you're going to pass by to this address instead of going the other way, which we're supposed to do. And then you also have these waypoints. You can delete waypoint if you wish. So on your way, if you're picking up something, you can do the waypoints, by the way. You can do detours, alternatives, so you can see the alternative routes. So at the moment, this is the unlinked route. It's sort of recommending, but you can do fast too, you can do easy, you can do more results as well. But because this route is simple, there's not much selections. You can see the time, it's all 11 minutes or 8.5 kilometers away. There's not going to be saving too much, but in case you want to change that, just press the other one, then select again, just like that. We can do that. Avoid specific road, in case you want to avoid specific road, that is for road closure or anything like that. You can also select that. There we go. You can see the route summary on there. So we're going to Bellingham Road, we're going to William Rough Road and other things. If you do want to avoid this road, you can do accept as well. So what that means is the navigation will not go into this road anymore. Instead, it's going to go around. So just the small things in case you know where the road closure is that's close to you, basically. Other things, route summary, this is again just a summary. You can do alternatives, you can route routing for, you can zoom in, zoom out to check other things. Yeah, that's pretty much all about the route. Once you've done that, just delete. Obviously that'll delete, otherwise once you've finished at your destination, it automatically disappear just like that. Other things in the new route, you can also do places. So this is pretty much your place of interest on the other, for example, POIs on the devices. So petrol station, accommodation, restaurant, all the things. You can search the name as well. Yeah, you can search like supermarkets or anything like that. I'm sure they will come up, or even cafe and bars. There we go. You can see all the cafes and bars around the area. Let's do Hollywood, and you can see the closest Hollywood is 750 meters away. Press this button and select destination. That allows you to see the nearest Hollywood. Basically, we're going to cancel this. We're going to go back to check other things. So yeah, that's basically check your nearest sort of name, address, all that things. Next one, we have save the location. This is the same as your quick save at the bottom. You can save home, you can save work, you can add other locations. What that means is I've already set a home. I press the home button. This is direct that home to where we want to go, basically. Again, this is just random setup. You can change your home settings or that if you wish. Then you can also see the result of the recent search. I've searched this address before. That means in the history settings, I'm going to see the history over there, just like that. Go back. We're going to do Multipoint Route. So Multipoint Route is you can add your destination. So the first one is obviously your current GPS position. You can add the destination. For example, I'm going to add this address I've searched and then pressed select destination. I'm going to add another one. So this is the current address that's going to where. I'm going to change my final destination to, let's say I've already saved home. I'm going to do home. So I select destination. So you can see we're going to go to the GPS position to Bonnie Downs, then back to Flatbush again. So I'm going to calculate route. Just give me a second. There we go. It's going to go there and come back just like that. So it's going to go to the address first, then go back eventually. So that's how that works. Total, it's going to cost me 23 minutes going forward and backwards. And then you can delete waypoints, or you can delete route if you like. So delete route, then everything will be deleted, just like that. So Multipoint Route is pretty much like using the new route, but quickly adding the waypoint instead. So just like that. I think that's pretty much it about this one. And next one, useful information. So it does have other things. Where am I? That's all your sort of southeast and all that things. You can get street name, everything. Help nearby, you can search help nearby. So that's again places of interest as well. So in case you want to know anything basically or around you. Other things, country information. This is New Zealand, but I don't think this is the same system as other places, but Australia will be the same with us, by the way. Sunrise and sunset. So at the moment, the sunrise is 7:27 and sunset is 5:26. Again, that's really comes down to where you are and all the things. The vehicle will tell you based on your GPS location. Next, we have GPS information. So the GPS information accuracy is quite high at the moment from where we are. But in case it's low or anything like that, you can't see your signal, everything on that. Next one, click the bar. We have settings. So in the settings, this is to change your configuration, change your preference and all that things. First one, route preferences. So first thing is route planning method. So we're gonna do this as fast. So the way is it's going to calculate the fast way instead. Otherwise you can do easy way. So easy way may avoid you to go to either toll stations, go through the other things. It's really up to you, but personally I prefer fast. Short, that means just the shortest distance. Green, I actually don't know what the green mean. Maybe green means it's going to give you best fuel consumption, but Personally, I would prefer fast. Anyway, when you calculate routes, you can always select alternatives in case you want to see it. But this is the default way of the fast way. Make sense? Next one, road types. They're going to include motorways, road with period charge and tolls and ferries and all that things. You really pretty much, it's default setting. Default, you're going to set all those things. But in New Zealand, you don't really have these much sort of off positions. You don't want to select the unsealed roads, obviously, because you just never know if they're going to be suitable for this sort of vehicle or not. Otherwise, the other ones are all fine. But again, if you're in different countries or if you're in different areas, there's going to be tolls and all that things. If you want to avoid the tolls, avoid period charges, you can cancel this in the end, basically. Next one, sound. So we have voice, sound, everything. That's your navigation guidance. So first, you want to enable or disable your voice guidance. That's really up to you, obviously. You can change your voice to either low, and it'll give you this guidance. So yeah, that's your voice volume, basically. Alerts, it does give you different alerts when you go through, let's say, a camera or anything like that. You can have the alerts to 100% or lower percentage, so it doesn't give you all that information if you find it beeping. Ding is the same, warning sounds. You can change the warning volume if you like. Keys, that's to change your buttons basically when you press the navigation menu. So again, middle one is okay for me for now, but you can change it whenever you like. And next, you're gonna have these early indication maneuvers. So what that means is you're gonna allow the navigation to give you more warnings or early warnings when you need to turn left or right at next traffic light, for example. You can engage this off or on. It's gonna give you indication on maneuvers anyway, but this just give you early indication. You're gonna have verbosity level. So basically at the moment is for boss, whatever you want to pronounce it. Sorry if I'm not right. What that means is gonna give you a little bit more vocal on the device. But if you change to medium or minimal, it's gonna just only tell you turn left 200, just 200 meters, something like that. So if you want simple verbosity, it's easy. You can change that if you like. Let's go back to the next warning. So these warnings are quite cool, but it really depends on how you use it. What that means is you're gonna have a speed limit display. So this speed limit is actually based on the navigation system. So it does calculate this area. It does know this area on this particular street. For example, the straight sort of navigation, the straight limit is 50 or 60, for example. You're gonna be able to press this button to do visual or disable or audio and visual. So what that means is it's visual. So when you go back to home again, if you are driving on the street, go back to navigation again. So let's go back. So if you're going back to navigation again, if you drive on a particular street, our vehicle is parked off straight at the moment, so it doesn't really display any straight signs over there. What that means is you drive on the road, it's going to have a round circle on the left, says your navigation, so that your speed limit in this area is 80, for example. Let's go back again. Let me explain that. So speed limit, that means it's visual display over there. If you disable it, it's not gonna be there. If you do audio and visual, what that means is gonna give you warning sound and volume when you go over that speed. Like we can disable the sound or anything like that. At the moment, visual means if you go over that speed limit, if your screen is on navigation, it's gonna show a small sign on the left that tells you your navigation, your speed limit is over that threshold. So personally, I'd be okay with visual. If I want to check it, I'll check it. I don't like the beeping and all that things. This is really up to you, honestly. Second one, speed limit always visible, so that it's always going to be displaying there. Basically, yeah. So, but if you click it off, what that means is only when you all go over the speed limit, it's going to display. But if you don't go over the speed limit, that sign on the left will disappear, basically. You also get speed warning limit. So that obviously give you either visual or audio, sound, all the things. You can do 100%, 105%. What that means is if your speed limit around, let's say within the town, is 50k, if you go just 1 kilometers above, it's going to give you either visual or the audio limit warning. But if it's 105, it's going to do 50 times 50 times 105%, and that'll give you warning instead at that when you reach that 105% instead of 100%, if that makes sense. You can change it higher, you can change it lower if you like. I would prefer more than 100% or equal to 100%, so the vehicle, even when I want to overtake someone, I don't get annoyed, obviously, but this is totally up to you. Next one, alert points. So you can have alert point warnings. So you can do alert types as well. So if you want to change that, sorry, I pressed the wrong button. So if you do, let's go warnings, alert points. So at the moment, the alert points warning is on. So what that means is if you meet these sort of alert types, it's going to give you warning. So for example, if you go to hospital, if you go by a dangerous area, if you go to school zone or anything like that, it's going to give you a symbol display on the left. You also have speed cameras. What I have experienced on the MGs, sometimes when there are speed cameras on motorway or anything like that, the vehicle actually give you a small beeping sound before you go for that speed limit, give you a very small warning. But it really depends on where you are, or whether your speed camera is picked up by the navigation or by the navigation's unit company or not. This can vary. This is not guaranteed to work, obviously. Next one, road signs. So it's going to display road signs, everything, and it's going to have curves and corners, everything like that. It's going to give you indication of where we are. Lanes overtaking, you can see the visual as well. So that means when you go over any of these things, it's going to give you indication or warning that you have road traffic and all that things in front of you. But this is obviously based on GPS, SatNav, from the SatNav company, not MG themselves. So some of them may not work, some of them may be accurate, some of them may not be accurate. Just let you know. Next one, navigation view. So we have navigation view, we have done that, map appearance. So this gets into a little bit more sort of specific. So viewpoint at the moment is normal. What that means is our viewpoint from the top of the navigation is normal, but you can do far. What that means is it's going to zoom out just a little bit, or viewpoint to be close, it's going to zoom in a little bit. So it's really up to you. Personally, I actually quite like far, so you can see a little bit more, but again, that's your preference. The default setting is normal, by the way. Color mode, it's on auto. So I would say most people are going to be happy with auto. What that means is if you switch your indicator on, or sorry, you switch your headlight switch on at night, it's going to automatically change to night, and where it's daytime, it's going to automatically go into day. But if you do prefer the dark mode all the time, you can do the dark mode all the time. It's only up to you. Myself prefers auto. It's the default setting. So day map lights, so you can see the default day map lights. You can do the default you can change the basic graphic. You can do other daytime, you can do nighttime, you can do all that things. It's only up to you. You can change these graphics to change whatever you like. There are so many to change, actually. Sorry, I didn't know this before. So you can do all sorts of these things. Yeah, you can do all these things if you like. So to change your basic key, the day map colors, you can also change your night map colors. Personally, I quite like the default night map colors. I'll just stay here. You have landmarks, tell you where your sort of landmarks is. You have buildings, you have 3D terrains, you have placemakers. So yeah, you have all these things. You can also select marked address as address everywhere. You can do show on map, you can do business show on map if you want, but you can hide on map as well. At the moment, the airport is shown on map, but accommodation, all that things are not showing on map. Yeah, it's really up to you. If you want, for example, medical to show on map, you can leave here. Parking, you can show on map as well. That means when you go into the map navigation, it's going to show your nearest parking even if you just drive past it. So just like that. Other things, we have data fields. This is pretty much just to change all the things. You don't really need to change this, to be honest with you. And all other things, we will also have route progress bars. So what that means is if you have your navigation on, guiding you to somewhere, on the left, you're going to have a route progress bar. So that tells you are 50%, 100%, or getting close to the destination. Or for motorway services, obviously that's something you want to be on. Service display, so you have all the service display, everything. You have automatic overview, so basically show you the overview of your sort of we go to a congestion or other things, signpost, junction view, you only have that. Tunnel view, when you go through a tunnel, when the navigation signal lost, you're gonna have the tunnel view as well. That's pretty cool. Offer congestion detour on highway, so you have, if there is a congestion, it's gonna try to give you a detour to help you to get in. Yeah, just small other things you can set it up. Other things, regional. So the regional is basically you can change your voice language and units. So in this case, we want English. You can do English, Australian English as female, male, or UK English or UK English male. You don't want any other languages if you're in New Zealand, obviously. Otherwise, press that button. Units, this is the standard sort of New Zealand units in case you want to change anything. But let's say distance, we're all kilometers, so we're happy with that. Fuel consumption, you can do liter per 100 k's or kilometers per liter. Again, that's up to you. You can time format, you can do date format. This is just things, units you can use. You don't have to change anything. Next, we have settings. We have configuration wizard. So when you initially get the vehicle, you're going to go through this, but if you do want to go through this again, just press the button, and that allows you to select again just the voice command and your units. That's fine. And if you want to change your sort of route preference, you can do that as well. Otherwise, finish, that goes back just like that. Otherwise, you can also reset. By the way, press this button to reset all settings, or factory reset to reset the whole screen if you wish. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything about the setting menu. You have about, that's basically your license, your legal, your status, everything like that. I don't need to show you that. I think that's pretty much all about the navigation unit. I hope this is helpful. This is obviously not going to be as fancy as your Google Map or Android Auto Map, everything, but it is a really good alternative for you to use in the vehicle. And in case your Google Map doesn't have services, in case your navigation unit doesn't have enough data on your phone, this is going to be quite helpful in your daily run. Yeah, I do hope this is helpful. And like always, subscribe and like down below if you're enjoying the video. I've just upgraded to my mic as well, new mic, so hopefully this video has been okay on the quality. I do wish you follow the channel, and if you're interested in MG vehicles, contact us at Abit MG East Auckland or Pukekohe. And any questions, leave a comment down below. Thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. You've been doing a great job, and thank you very much. See you later.